Heh. Hello, Laryl.
Oh, you're such a sweetie.
Laryl, thanks for that. Thanks for the judges. Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be reading a book. I hope you guys like reading. Or being read to. Today I'm going to read The Lost Years of Merlin by T.A. Barron. It's a book from my childhood, so I hope you enjoy. I even got a signed copy here. I ordered it from eBay. Hello, Toxic Thing Boost, how are you? This is not the one they made a TV show out of, but the TV show was really good. And I talked to the author about that, and he enjoyed the show as well. I always wish they would have made a TV show about this. It feels like the TV show made references to it. I'm about to turn gift notifications off. Give me a second here. Let's see. What's this? What was that? Oh, it's a new overlay? Hold on. I gotta try this out. Let's see. What? There's a fountain as well? Alright, there's some cool new stuff I can add to my stream that I just saw. Yeah, Merlin like the wizard. No, it's okay, Laryl. You can constantly annoy me. I mean, that's kind of the point. Kind of. I just want to turn... I just need to turn it down a little bit, that's all. Which I'm going to do. And that way it's not ear blistering loud. Wait. Oh no, it's gonna... No, I mean... Not that I can turn it down here. Let me test it. Sounds like a banger. It is a banger, so... There's some backstory to this. Let's see here. I need to... I blocked you on Red Note. I don't even think... I've never blocked anyone on Red Note. I don't even look at it. Okay, that's a good test, kind of. I'm gonna add some new sources, though, that just got added, like, literally just now. That looks pretty cool. There we go. And then we do that. Oh, did I do it backwards? Oh yeah, no. There we go. Quality that. This is new. I can actually see the likes now. It's kinda cool. I like that. And you can see who's liking. And when they're liking. And what they're liking. That's kinda cool. And then there's also like a new cannon you can add as well. Let's check that out. What's this canon about? Profile pictures of reviewers flat hit a picture with the gift when someone sends gifts. Okay. Let's see, let's add that. Browser source. Some craboozle. It's from Cool Cute's new stuff they've added.
Oh, you're such a sweetie.
Yo, Dark McGraw, thank you so much for the socks. And it's a socks? The socks and sandals? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how I feel about it being positioned down there, but I guess that's okay. It's interesting to say the least. The good Merlin TV show called? Yeah, it was Merlin. The good TV show Merlin. It was really good. It's on Amazon Prime. It's free. Hit me up, Prime. But I did watch it with my grandpa. But funny story about this book. I don't know if you guys were here for my stream a little earlier, where I was talking about my super rich friend down the street who introduced me to computer games that Command and Conquer. Well, his mom read me the first chapter of this book. So that's what made me interested in it, and then I started reading it with my grandma. So I'm gonna read it. I've been wanting to reread this book for a while, but I keep putting it off, mainly because I'm streaming and I never have time to read anymore. So I thought, you know what, why don't I just read? As awkward as it may be, I can read the entire book out loud. And then I can have witnesses. And then people will know that I read. No, I'll just finally read a book. I haven't read a book in a while. So, it should be fun. Right, guys? Right, gamers? Alright, I'm just gonna go, let's see, I should start with the prologue, right? Yeah, prologue's important. Okay. If I close my eyes and breathe to the rolling rhythm of the sea, I can still remember that long ago day. Harsh, cold, and lifeless it was, as empty of promise as my lungs were empty of air. I should, move the microphone up, or not, give the phone down. That way I'm not, closing my eyes the entire time I read. For you guys. Instant fear, stupid daily development, indeed. Alright. Since that day, I have seen many others. More than I have the strength left to count. Yet that day glows as bright as the Galator itself. As bright as the day I found my own name. Or the day I first cradled a baby who bore the name Arthur. Perhaps I remember it so clearly because the pain, like a scar on my soul, will not disappear. Or because it marked the ending of so much. Or perhaps because it marked a beginning as well as an ending. The beginning of my lost years. Ha, he said the thing. Alright. A dark wave rose in the rolling sea. And it lifted. Blah. And from it lifted a hand. As the wave surged higher, reaching toward the sky as smoky grays itself, the hand reached higher as well. A bracelet of... I need to turn these notifications down. This is going to be really distracting. How do I do that? Does this even work? Let me see. Let me test something. I turn this all the way down. Oh, it seems to be working. Because normally there would be sound there. Okay, it's turned down now. No, I have to stop that. How do I stop? How do I stop this? This one.
Source me up, Impy.
Good. Okay. Perfect. No more loud sounds.
Real double H hours.
Alright. A bracelet of foam swirled around the wrist. while desperate fingers groped for something they could not find. It was the hand of someone small. It was the hand of someone weak, too weak to fight any longer. It was the hand of a boy. With a deep sucking sound, the wave began to crest, tilting steadily toward the shore. For an instant it paused, hovering between ocean and land, between the brooding Atlantic and the, I might just switch the page here, perilous, rock-bound coast of Wales, known in those days as Gwynedd. Then the sucking swelled into a crashing roar as a wave toppled over, hurling the boy's limp body onto the black rocks. His head smacked against the stone, so violently that his skull surely would have split open were it not for the thick mat of hair that covered it. She lay completely still, except when the whoosh of air from the next wave tousled his locks, black they the stains of blood. A shabby seagull, seeing his motionless form, hopped over the jumble of rocks for a closer look, bending its beak towards the boy's face. It tried to pull a strand of sea kelp that was wrapped around his ear. The bird tugged and twisted, squawking angrily. At last, the kelp broke free. Triumphantly, the bird jumped down to the boy's bare arms. Beneath the shreds of a brown tunic still clinging to him, he seemed small, even for a boy of 7 years. Yet something about his face, the shape of his brow, perhaps, or the lines around his eyes seemed far older. At that instant, he coughed, vomited seawater, and coughed again. With a screech, the gull dropped the kelp and fluttered off to a stony perch. The boy remained motionless for a moment. All he could taste was sand, slime, and vomit. All he could feel was the painful throbbing of his head, and the rocks jabbing into his shoulders. Then came another cough, another gush of seawater, a halting, labored breath, then a second breath, and a third. Slowly his slender hand clenched into a fist. Waves surged and subsided. For a long while, a small candle flame of life in him wavered at the edge of darkness. Beneath the throbbing, his mind seemed strangely empty, almost as if he lost a piece of his very self, or as if a kind of wall had been erected, cutting him off from a portion of himself, leaving nothing but a lingering sense of fear. His breathing slowed, his fist relaxed. He gasped as if to cough again, but instead fell still. Cautiously, the seagull edged closer. Then, from whatever quarter, a thin thread of energy began to move through his body. Something inside him was not yet ready to die. He stirred again, breathed again. The gull froze. He opened his eyes, shivering with cold. He rolled to his side. Sealing the rough sand in his mouth, he tried to spit, but succeeded only in making himself gag from the rancid taste of kelp and brine. With effort, he raised an arm and wiped his mouth with the tatters of his tunic. Then he winced, feeling a raw lump on the back of his head. Willing himself to sit up, he braced his elbow against a rock and pushed himself upright. He sat there, listening to the grinding and splashing sea, beyond the ceaseless pulsing of the waves, beyond the pounding inside his head. He fought for an instant that he could hear something else. A voice, perhaps. A voice from another time, some other place, though he could not remember where. With a sudden jolt, he realized that he could not remember anything. Where he'd come from, his mother, his father, his name, his own name. Hard as he tried, he could not remember his own name. Who am I? Hearing his cry, the gull squawked and took flight. Catching sight of his reflection in a pool of water, he paused to look. A strange face, belonging to a boy he did not know, peered back at him. His eyes, like his hair, were as black as coal, with scattered flecks of gold. His ears, which were almost triangular and pointed at the top, seemed oddly large for the rest of his face. Likewise, his brow rose high above his eyes, yet his nose looked narrow and slight, more like a beak than a nose. Altogether, his face did not seem to belong to himself. He mustered his strength and rose to its feet. Head swirling, he braced himself against the pinnacle of rock until the dizziness calmed. His eyes roamed over the desolate coastline. Rocks upon rocks lay scattered everywhere, leaving a harsh black barrier to the sea. The rocks parted only in one place, and then only grudgingly, around the roots of an ancient oak tree. Its gray bark peeling, the old oak faced the ocean with the stance of centuries. There was a deep hollow in its trunk, gorged out by fire ages ago. Age warped its every branch, twisting some into knots, yet it continued to stand, roots anchored, immutable against storm and sea. Beyond the oak stood a dark row of younger trees, and behind them, high cliffs loomed even darker. Desperately, the boy searched the landscape for anything he might recognize, anything that might coax his memory to return. He recognized nothing. He turned, despite stinging salt spray, to the open sea. Waves rolled and toppled, one after another. Nothing but endless gray billows as far as he could see. He listened again for the mysterious voice, but heard only the distant call of the kittiwake perched on the cliffs. Had he come from somewhere out there, beyond the sea? Vigorously, he rubbed his bare arms to stop the shivers. Spying a loose clump of sea kelp on a rock, he picked it up. Once, he knew, this formless mass of green had danced with its own graceful rhythm, before being uprooted and cast adrift. Now it hung limp in his hand. He wondered why he himself had been uprooted and from where. A low, moaning sound caught his ear. That voice again. It came from the rocks beyond the old oak tree. He lurched forward in the direction of the voice. For the first time, he noticed a dull ache between his shoulder blades. He could only assume that his back, like his head, had slammed against the rocks. Yet the ache felt somehow deeper, as if something beneath his shoulders had been torn away long ago. Thank you for the follow, Richu. After several halting steps, he made it to the ancient tree. He leaned against its massive trunk, his heart pounding. Again, he heard the mysterious moaning. Again, he set off. Often, his bare feet would slip on the wet rocks, pitching him sideways, stumbling along. His torn brown... I'm so fucking dead at that comment, Alan. Oh my god. Often his bare feet would slip on the wet rocks, pitching him sideways, stumbling along, his torn brown tunic flapping about his legs. He resembled an ungainly waterbed, picking its way across the shoreline. Yet all the time he knew who he really was, a lone boy, with no name, and no home. Then he saw her. Crumpled among the stones lay the body of a woman, her face beside a surging tidal pool, her long unbraided hair, the color of a yellow summer moon, spread about her head like rays of light. She had strong cheekbones and a complexion that would be described as creamy, were it not tinged with blue. Her long blue robe, torn in places with splashed with sand and sea kelp, yet the quality of the wool, as well as a jeweled pendant on a leather cord around her neck, revealed her to have been once a woman of wealth and stature. He rushed forward. The woman moaned again, a more indistinguishable pain. He could almost feel her agony, as if he could feel his own hopes rising. Do I know her? He asked himself as he bent over her twisted body. Then from a place of deeper longing, does she know me? With a single finger he touched her cheek, as cold as the cold sea. He watched her take several short-labored breaths. She listened to her wretched moaning, and, with a sigh, he admitted to himself that she was, for him, a complete stranger. Still, as he studied her, he could not suppress the hope that she might have arrived on the shore together with him. If she had not come on the same wave, then at least she might have come from the same place. Perhaps, if she led, she might be able to fill the empty cup of his memory. Perhaps she knew his very name, or the names of his mother and father, or perhaps she might actually be his mother. A frigid wave slapped against his legs. His shivers returned, even as his hopes faded. She might not live, and even if she did, she probably would not know him. And she certainly could not be his mother. That was too much to hope for. Besides, she could not have looked less like him. She looked truly beautiful, even at the edge of death, as beautiful as an angel. And he had seen his own reflection. He knew what he looked like, less like an angel than a bedraggled, half-grown demon. A snarl erupted from behind his back. The boy whirled around, his stomach clenched. There in the shadows of the dark grove stood an enormous wild boa. Thanks for the follow, spicy chicken. A low, vicious growl vibrating in his throat. The boar stepped out of the trees. Bristling brown fur covered its entire body except for the eyes. It had gray scars snaking down its left foreleg. Its tusks, sharp as daggers, were blackened with the blood of a previous kill. More frightening, though, were its red eyes, which glowed like hot coals. The boar moved smoothly, almost lightly, despite its hulking form. The boy stepped backward. This beast outweighed him several times over. One kick of its leg would send him sprawling. One stab of his tusk would rip his flesh to shreds. Abruptly, the boar stopped and hunched his muscular shoulders, preparing to charge. Glancing behind, the boy could only see the onrushing waves of the ocean. No escape that way. He grabbed the crooked shard of driftwood to use as a weapon, though he knew it would not even begin to pierce the boar's hide. Even so, he tried to plant his feet on the slippery rocks, bracing for the attack. Then he remembered the hollow in the old oak. Although the tree stood about halfway between him and the boar, he might be able to get there first. He started to dash for the tree, then suddenly caught himself. The woman, he could not just leave her there. Yet his own chance for safety depended on speed. Grimacing, he tossed aside the driftwood, grabbed her limp arms. Straining his trembling legs, he tried to pull her free from the rocks. Whether from all the water she had swallowed or from the weight of death upon her, she felt as heavy as the rocks themselves. Finally, under the glaring eyes of the boy, she budged. The boy began dragging her toward the tree. Sharp stones cut into his feet. Heart racing, head throbbing, he pulled with all his power. The boar snarled again, this time more like a raspy laugh. The whole body of the beast tense, nostrils flaring and tusks gleaming. Then it charged. Now the boy was only a few feet from the tree. Something kept him from running. He snatched a squarish stone from the ground and hurled it at the boar's head, only an instant before reaching them. The boar changed direction. The stone whizzed past and clattered on the ground. Amazed that he could have possibly daunted the beast, the boy quickly bent to retrieve another stone. Then, sensing some movement over his shoulder, he spun around. Out of the bushes behind the ancient oak, antled an immense stag. Bronze in hue, except for the white boots on each leg that shone like a purest quartz. The stag lowered its rack of antlers. With 7 points on each side aimed like so many spears, the stag leaped at the boar, but the beast swerved aside just in time to dodge the thrust. As the boar careened and snarled ferociously, the stag leaped once again. Seizing the moment, the boy dragged the limp woman into the hollow of the tree. By folding her legs tight against her chest, he pushed her entirely into the opening. The wood, still charred from some ancient fire, curled around her like a great black shell. He wedged himself into the small space beside her as the boar and the stag circled each other, pawing the ground and snorting wrathfully. Eyes aflame, the boar feigned a charge at the stag, then bolted straight at the tree. Hunched in the hollow, the boy drew back as far as he could, yet his face remained so close to the gnarled bark of the opening that he could still feel the boar's hot breath as his tusks slashed wildly at the trunk. One of the tusks grazed the boy's face, gashing him just below the eye. At that moment, the stag plowed into the flank of the boy. The bulky beast flew into the air and landed on the side near the bushes, blood oozing from a punctured thigh. The boar scrambled to its feet. The stag lowered its head, poised to leap again. Hesitating for a split second, the boar snarled one final time before retreating into the trees. With majestic slowness, the stag turned toward the boy. For a brief moment, their eyes met. Somehow the boy knew that he would remember nothing from that day, so clearly as the bottomless brown pools of the stag's unblinking eyes. Eyes deep and mysterious as the ocean itself. Then as swiftly as it appeared, the stag leapt over the twisted roots of the oak and vanished from sight. Part 1. We finished the prologue, chat. We did it. What did you guys think? Did you guys keep up? Is reading a good idea? Yes, Crabboozle? Crabboozle? TikTok is going silent. TikTok is gooning. Oh, he's definitely a vibe? Okay. Alright. I didn't know. I usually play video games, so I just figured I'd give this a shot. Let me grab some water. I'd see it. I need to drink something. I'll be right back. Why is the BRB button not working? What's going on here? I literally downloaded. Are you changing it? Sorry, okay, I will let Catherine. I checked though. It's not in dreams. Amazing. We got ourselves an instant disconnect. So right out the gate, y'all. Instant disconnect. So going back to our stream here. What was Otter Hat? Anyway, I didn't even see. If you got the instant disconnect on your bingo card, go ahead and mark that off. See, chapter complete. 11 of 20. Wait, there's a prologue? There's a prologue? Hold on. Oh, never mind, that's the prologue. Okay. I'm a touch boy. I'm gonna bind you with this ring. Oh, that's pretty.
Tassito Dekova yaps it's midnight. Happy birthday, Moxie.
Oh my god! Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday to me! That was a classic moment, honestly. Did I time that birthday moment? Yes, I did. I definitely timed it. I knew exactly what was gonna happen if I played that game at that moment. It worked out so well. What a classic time. So yeah, my question to you is, should I read chapter 1? Or should we play a video game? Happy birthday to me. But it's really up to you guys. I do my best. I do my best to fill things a little bit. I try really hard to read very hard and very wildly and go crazy style. Chapter 1 is cool by me. So read. I could read. Reading is going well, but also Doom. If you go into the dark night, don't go and see. Go bold. What is going on? I'm reading a book, The Lost Years of Merlin, by T.A. Barron. It's a classic. I hope you guys like books. Alright, so I guess I'll do chapter 1, since we did the prologues. I think the book has a slow burn though, so I'm really not sure, like, you know, the magical fun part doesn't really start in for a little bit. We gotta do some backstory first, you know what I mean? Who is Red the Alchemist? You crazy, bro? Have you ever watched The Holy Mountain? One day I should just say fuck it and just literally put The Holy Mountain on and see how long it takes to get completely, like, taken down by TikTok. I feel if we could make it pretty far in, we might, I don't know. I feel like it'll get limited at first, and at a certain point, like, the AI is gonna detect all the shenanigans on screen, because I know it's constantly trying to describe to itself what is on the screen. That's how it works. So, like, one nip-nop is all it's gonna take. Just do a Discord night. I mean, we didn't watch The Holy Mountain in Discord. A bunch of people watching were very perplexed at how fucking wild that is. Oh, sorry, to pick up the coins, you just do exclamation point W. I tried to make it really short so the people could, like, grab more coins quickly. But it doesn't really matter, because I don't even look at coins anymore. I should probably delete it. It's not as cool as everything else. Anyways. Chapter 1. Part 1. A Living Eye. I stand alone beneath the stars. The entire sky ignites in a flame, as if a new sun is being born. People shriek and scatter. But I stand there, unable to move, unable to breathe. Then I see the tree, darker than a shadow against the flaming sky. Its burning branches rise like a deadly serpent. They reach for me. The fiery branches come closer. I try to escape, but my legs are made of stone. My face is burning. I hide my eyes. I scream. My face is burning. I woke. Perspiration stung my eyes. Straw from my palate scratched my face. Blinking, I drew a deep breath and wiped my face with my hands. They felt cool against my cheeks. Stretching my palms, I felt again the pain between my shoulder blades. Still there. I wish it would go away. Why should it still bother me now, more than 5 years since the day I had washed ashore? The wounds to my head had long since healed, though I still remembered nothing of my life before being thrown on the rocks. So why should this wound last so much longer? I shrugged. Like so much else, I would never know. I started to stuff some loose straw back into the pallet when my fingers uncovered an ant, dragging the body of a worm. Several times its size. I watched almost laughing as the ant tried to climb straight up the miniature mountain of straw. It could have easily gone around one side or the other, but no. Some mysterious motive drove it to try to spill over backward, try again and spill again. For several minutes I watched this repeated performance. Ah yes, guys, back in the medieval times, people just watched ants. You ever just watch ants? Anyways. At last, I took pity on the little fellow. I reached for one of its legs. Then I realized that I might twist off, especially if the ant struggled, so I picked up the worm instead. You did that in the 90s? I'm an ant. Right. Just as I expected, the ant clung to the worm, kicking frantically. I carried the ant and its prize up and over the straw, dropping them gently on the other side. To my surprise, when I released my hold on the worm, so did the ant. It turned toward me, waving its tiny antenna wildly. I caught the distinct feeling that I was being scolded. My apologies, I whispered through my grin. The ant scolded me for a few more seconds, then it bit into the worm and started to drag the heavy load away to its home. My grin faded. Where could I find my own hole? I would drag behind me this whole pallet, this whole hut if necessary, if only I knew where to go. Turning to the open window above my head, I saw the full moon glowing as bright as a pot of molten silver. Moonlight poured through the window and through the gaps in the thatched roof, painting the interior of the hut with its gleaming brush. For a moment, the moonlight nearly disguised the poverty of the room, covered the earthen floor with a sheet of silver, the rough clay walls with sparkles of light, the still sleeping form in the corner with the glow of an angel. Yeah, I knew that it all was an illusion, no more real than my dream. The floor was just dirt, the bed was just straw, the dwelling just a hollow made of twigs bound with clay. The covered pen for the geese next door had been constructed with more care. I knew, for I sometimes hid myself in there, when the honking and hissing of geese added more to my liking than the howling and chattering of people. The pen stayed warmer than is hot in February, and drier in May. Even if I did not deserve any better than the geese, no one could doubt that Branwen did. I watched her sleeping form, her breathing, so subtle that I hardly lifted her woolen blanket, seemed calm and peaceful. Alas, I knew better. But peace might visit her in sleep, it escaped during waking life. She shifted in her slumber, rolling her face toward mine. In the lunar light she looked even more beautiful than usual, her creamy cheeks and brow thoroughly relaxed, as if there were only nights where she slept soundly. But in moments of silent prayer, which happened more and more often, I frowned at her. If only she would speak, tell me what she knew. For if she did know anything about her past, she refused to discuss it. Whether it was because she truly did not know, or because she simply did not want me to know, I could never tell. In the 5 years that we shared this hut, she revealed little more about herself. But for the kind touch of her hand and an ever-present sorrow at the back of her eyes, I hardly knew her at all. I only knew she was not my mother, as she claimed. How could I be so sure she was not my mother? Somehow in my heart I knew. She was too distant, too secretive. Surely a mother, a real mother, wouldn't hide so much from her own son. And if I needed any more assurance, I had only look at my own face. And her face. So lovely, and so very different from my own. There was no hint of black in those eyes, nor points on those ears. No, I was no more her son than the geese were my siblings. Nor could I believe that her real name was Branwen, and that mine was Emrys, as she had tried to convince me. Whatever names we had possessed before the sea had spat us out in the rocks, I felt sure somehow that they were not those. As many times as she had called me Emrys, I could not shake the feeling that my true name was something else. Yet I had no idea where to look for the truth, except perhaps in the wavering shadow of my dreams. The only times of Branwen, if that really was her name, would even show a hint of her true self, from when she told me stories, especially the stories of the ancient Greeks. Those tales were clearly your favorites, and mine too. Whether she knew it or not, some part of her seemed to come alive when she spoke of the giants and gods, the monsters in quest, and the Greek myths. True, so she enjoyed telling the tales of the druid healers, or the miracle worker from Galilee. But her stories about the Greek gods and goddesses brought a special light into her sapphire eyes. At times, I almost felt that telling these stories was her way of talking about a place she believed really existed. A place where strange creatures roamed the land and great spirits mingled with humans. The whole notion seemed foolish to me, but apparently not to her. A sudden flash of light at her throat curtailed by thoughts. I knew that it was only the light of the moon reflected in her jeweled pendant, still hanging from her leather cord around her neck. Although the green color seemed richer tonight than ever before, I realized that I had never seen her take the pendant off, not even for an instant. Something tapped the dirt behind me. I turned to see a bundle of dried leaves, slender and silvery in the moonlight, down with a knot of grass. I must have fallen from the ridge beam above, which supported not only the thatch but also dozens of clusters of herbs, leaves, flowers, fruits, nuts, bark shavings, and seeds. These were only a portion of Branwen's collection, for many more bundles hung from the window's frame, the back of the door, and the tilting table beside her pallet. Because of the bundles, the whole hut smelled of pine, beetroot, mustard seed, and more. I loved the aromas, except for the dill, which made me sneeze. Cedar bark, my favorite, lifted me as tall as giant. Petals of lavender tingled my toes. Tingled my toes? What the fuck? Alright, whatever. His sea kelp reminded me of something I could not quite remember. All the ingredients and tools she used to make her healing powders, paste, and poultices. Her table held a large assortment of bowls, knives, mortars, pestles, strainers, and other utensils. Often I washed crushed leaves, mixing powders, straining plants, or applying a mixture of remedies to someone's wound or wart. Yet I knew as little about her healing work as I did about her. While she allowed me to watch, she would not converse or tell stories. She merely worked away, usually singing some chant or other. Where had she learned so much about the art of healing? Where had she discovered the tales of so many distant lands and times? Where had she first encountered the teachings of the man from Galilee that increasingly occupied her thoughts? She would not say. She was not alone in being vexed by her silence. Oftentimes the villagers would whisper behind her back, wondering about her healing powers, her natural beauty, her strange chants. I had even heard the word sorcery and black magic used once or twice, although it did not seem to discourage people from coming to her when they needed a boil healed, a cough cured, or a nightmare dispelled. Bramwin herself did not seem worried by the whisperings, as long as most people paid her for her help, so that we could continue to make our way. She did not care what they might think or say. Recently, she attended to an elderly monk who had slipped on the wet stones of the mill bridge and gashed his arm. While binding his wound, Bramwin uttered a Christian blessing, which seemed to please him. When she followed it with a druid chant, however, he scolded her and warned her against blasphemy. She replied calmly that Jesus himself was so devoted to healing others that he might as well have drawn upon the wisdom of the druids, as well as others now called pagan. At that point, the monk angrily shook off her bandage and left, though not before telling half the village she was doing the work of demons. I turned back to the pendant. It seemed to shine with its own light, not just the moon's. For the first time I noticed that the crystal in its center was not merely flat green, as it appeared from a distance. Leaning closer, I discovered violets and blues flowing like rivulets between its surface, a glint of red pulsed with 1,000 tiny hearts. It almost looked like a living eye. Galator. The word sprung suddenly into my mind. It is called Galator. I shook my head, puzzled where that word come from. I cannot recall ever having heard it. I must have picked it up from the village square, where numerous dialects, Celt, Saxon, Roman, Gallic, and others even more strange collided and merged every day, or perhaps from one of Bramwin's own stories, which were sprinkled with words from the Greeks to Jews to Druids, and others more ancient still. Memories. Her shrill whisper startled me so much that I jumped. I faced the blurred and blues of the woman that shared her hut with me in her meals, but nothing more. You are awake. I am. And you were staring at me strangely. Not at you, I replied. At your pendant. By an impulse I added, at your Galator. She gasped. With a sweep of her hand, she stuffed the pendant under her robe. Then trying to keep her voice calm, she said, "That is not a word I remember telling you." My eyes widened. You mean it is the real word? The right word? She observed me, thoughtfully, almost started to speak, then caught herself. You should be sleeping, my son. As always, I bristled when she called me that. I can't sleep. Would a story help? I could finish some one about Apollo. No, not now. I can make you a potion then. No thanks. I shook my head. When you did that for the Thatcher's son, he slept for 3.5 days. A smile touched her lips. He drank a week's dose at once, poor Fleur. It's almost done anyway. She gathered her rough wool blanket. Well, if you don't want to sleep, I do. Before you do, can you tell me more about that word? What was it? Seeming not to hear me, she wrapped herself in her customary cloak of silence. Even as she wrapped herself in the wool blanket and closed her eyes once more. In seconds, she seemed to be asleep again. Yet the peace I had seen in her face before had flown. Can't you tell me? She did not stir. Why don't you ever help me, I wailed. I need your help. Still, she did not stir. Ruefully, I watched her for a while, then I rolled off the pallet, stood and splashed my face with water from the large wooden bowl by the door. Glancing again at Bramwin, I felt a renewed surge of anger. Why wouldn't she answer me? Why wouldn't she help me? Yet even if I looked upon her, I felt a small prick of guilt that I had never been able to bring myself to call her mother, although I knew how much it would please her. And yet, What kind of mother would refuse to help her son? I tugged against the roll panel of the door. With a scrape against the dirt, it opened, and I left the hut. And that's the end of Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is called An Owl is Coming, but I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna whip it out. I'm gonna whip out a calendar. I'm gonna play a video game. Now whip out the video game. Whip it out. I'm trying to think, should I play Fortnite? Real reading hours. Nah, not Fortnite. I don't want to play Fortnite. Nobody wants to play Fortnite. Let's see, the options are Doom. Actually, there's plenty of options, now that I think about it. The game with a Vader AI. Play Fortnite so I can talk to AI Vader? I can't, because you have to, like, get to him first. They're gonna get rid of it? Are they? I mean, I did play a minute ago and I kinda landed near him, but everyone is landing near him. It's just it's a shit fest. What do you mean it's not hard? Everyone ginked it at first drive. That's cool. Do you know how little I care about Invader AI? Very little. Have I gone through Claire Obscure yet? No. I haven't finished Claire Obscure. I was thinking about it. But my option is like, I can either play Doom, the new Doom game, or I can play Claire Obscure. But I would have to play Claire Obscure, I'd have to plug in my PS5 again. Which isn't a huge deal. Honestly, it's not a huge deal at all. You know what? I'm just gonna do that. Hold on. I mean, of course I'm vibing with Doom. I love Doom. But it's just, I don't know, it's kind of a tough game to string because you have to lock in so much. I need to add the new scenes to, hold on. There we go. And then I am with the gift candy over there. It's so weird that the gift cannon's transparent, but I guess I get it. I wonder if I can just flip it upside down. Transform. Yeah. Transform. No, because everything will be upside down. Yeah, I'll just put it over here. There we go. And then the like overlay. I don't know how I feel about the like overlay. I guess I can just put it over here. Whoa.
You're such a sweetie.
Ezra, thanks for the Rosa. For those who come after. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. Ezra, thanks for the money, gun. Zerunch. Oh my god, I forgot I was like literally in the middle of that. Damn. I don't know if we were ready for this fight yet. I don't think we were, right? If I'm sorry, Double H. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Wait, why is there's a line to the screen? What is that from? Oh, I think I know what it's from. Yes, yep. I know what it's from. The gift cannon. Which also needs to go smaller. There we go. Cool. Wait, why is the gift cannon like that? It's so weird. I need to make it. Okay. There we go. And then transform fit the spring. Cool. And then we will do this over here. Cool. Now when people send gifts, they'll start like stacking down below. Have people send a bunch. Anyways, yeah, I think I need to level up before I fight this thing, because this thing is in beast mode. Gifty gifts everywhere. Jesus Christ, what is that? Oh my god, there's so many.
Oh, you're such a sweetie.
Simnor, thanks so much for the 30. I'm so hungry. That's crazy. That's actually kind of cool. I wonder if there's, like, ways to make it never... Yeah, let's see. Just go to overlays. And then customize it. I'm gonna try to make it never hide the balls. There we go. What's up, gamers? What game is this? Fortnite. Yeah, it's Fortnite, they are AI. Thanks for the follow, ye Fengshi. Oh, a new Pictos. Wait, what? You can recover health while attacking? Oh my god, first of all, I forgot about Pictos. Ice attack has an extra hit? Wait, what? I've had that too? Yeah, there's some anti-charm. Are you kidding me? That was an option? Wow, see, I haven't been messing with the Pictos. I forgot all about those. I'm never putting the grippers away. What do you mean? I dream about those grippers. What is the fucking what I just found, though? There was one, it's like, Terrace, attacking a burning target.
Oh, you're such a sweetie.
This guy's any Tectos. Saucy Chocolord, thanks for the heart, me. What's this song? It's a Guinea song. Okay, I'm gonna put Auntie Chimelin there. Says you can't be Charmiel. Saucy Tackler, thanks for the love painting. Yeesh. Hey, what is this? Shows all your custom interactions? That's so cute. What? I like that. Oh my god, don't forget about Notice Me. Exclamation point, notice me? Wow. Is it us me or is it? What is it? How do I do that way? Is it like an emote? We crave sweets. What are your favorite sweets? I just eat a bunch of sweets. I eat like a ton of sweets. I had the orange slices, like the gummy orange slices, and chocolate covered what's that shit called? Chocolate covered prosecco. And then I just love chocolate. I get a lot of chocolate every day. Have I hydrated? Yeah, and freaking some San Pellegrino chow. Blood orange. Demon. Yo, what are those? Yo, Saucy Taco Lord, thank you so much for all that corn. Oh my god, it's filling up the screen. Look at all this corn. There's so much corn, holy shit. Where's all this corn coming from?
Oh, you're such a
Oh my god, thank you so much, Saucy Taco Lord, for 100 coins. Jesus Christ. Look at all that corn. It's massive. It's a big lump of knobs and it has the juice.
I'm ready.
Uh-oh. Damn.
It's locked on you. Careful now. It's locked on you. I'm waiting. It's locked on you.
Demon. Damn it.
Take this. Careful, Mael.
Damn it.
Flames. Ignore my blade. A storm is coming. This ends now.
Damn, how could they dodge that?
Take cover.
There we go. A new Pictos? Okay. So fighting people is kind of worth it. Yeah, she doesn't need cleansing tent because she has a thing. How we can do that? Ah, we can just grind that battle.
That spells me.
Try me.
Damn it.
Let's push forward. Let's finish this. Not today. Careful now.
Finesse and grace.
Damn it.
The dance begins. And so does death.
Take this. My enemy is not
Please survive.
ready to evade. Not looking good.
Blades sharp.
Careful now.
Ciel, dodge.
Damon.
Dans sa robe, elle rayonne, lumière de velours. Dans sa robe de jour feutrée, elle
Nobody leveled up from that? Alright, let's try to fight the boss again and see how far we get, because I don't remember it. I really don't remember how long we got into that fight.
Allez, enchanté par la grâce et la beauté, merveille du jour, dans sa robe d'amour animée, elle vit monde réjoui, beauté.
When you're holding your phone watching me, how are you doing that? Do you have something that holds your phone for you? Or do you hold me in your hands?
Good stuff.
Oh my god, I forgot I can upgrade weapons at camp. I should just go to camp. It's been so long. Let's see. The forest cradle like a dainty. First of all, yes, upgrade that. Strong healing tech. There we go. What is this? Level up points? Wait a minute, has she been using a weaker weapon this whole time? Wait. Yeah, she has. Oh my god. Plus, it's still weak anyway. I bet there's something else I'm forgetting to upgrade as well. Oh yeah, Luminous. Okay. Wasn't there supposed to be like a shop or something? Actually, yeah, let's try a different area.
Time for swim.
Time for fun side. Ugh. A haircut for Lola. Hell yeah.
Avril, 40th Expedition. Gigi and Edmund were leading. They were on a clean glide to the monolith when they flew into some sort of barrier and just gommaged away. Our gliders are useless without a way past the barrier. Bernard's going to explore on foot, see if there's an entrance. But in the meantime, we might as well make ourselves at home. I guess I'll try my hand at fishing. Assuming those sea Nevrons left any fish for us to eat. Rest in peace, Gigi and Edmund.
Time for swim. How do I get up there? Hello, ghosts.
Take cover! Careful, my elbow. I won't waste this. You're going. I'm here.
Harriet! Finesse and grace.
Gaming.
Let us get wet. Time for swim, swim.
What is this place?
Corin, 34th Expedition. Looks like our elemental focus strategy didn't pay off. Who would have thought some Nevrons would be immune to every element? We have discovered so much, though. I suspect there is a deeper level of chroma beyond what pigtoes enable us to manipulate. The pull of chroma grows as we get closer to the monolith. But thus far, we've been unable to tap into those flows. Maybe Gustav's idea to convert chroma from pigtoes to... what did he call it? Lumina.
You run those legs up.
It's not so crazy after all.
You're flying to Boston. Where are you gonna get in Boston? You gonna go to Fenway Park? You gonna get a hot dog burger? Who's okay? What am I supposed to do there? You just gotta kill every bird, I guess. The only thing I can do here is kill bird. Wish I'm missing a path. I wonder if this is like an Easter egg or like a secret area. That something only happens when you kill all the crows. Got a D syrup, thanks for the follow. I thought this might be for later in the game. Oh, there's more crows here. Yo, I wasn't wrong. Let me just
Ready to parry.
Welcome back. Let us stay more.
Are you kidding me right now? This thing is way too strong. Well,
Real easy, EE hours.
I'm gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother. Holy shit, I'm not ready for that at all. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. You've been meaning to get this, yeah, you've been holding off. Holding off too long.
Time for swim.
Time for swim. Wait, that's an enemy? Oh my god.
Brace yourself. Ready to carry. A storm is coming.
That fucking combo's terrible.
Brace yourselves. Here's your card.
Turn up!
Ready to evade.
Finesse and grace.
Danger!
Yeah, don't!
Mais attention! Try me. I'm ready. A storm is coming. Danger!
Demon. But what is that weapon for? I was messaging me this late. What are you doing? God dang, that color of it can't. What's an upgrade for who? Okay. Random. I just be grinding on this game, man. That was kind of freaky. It just like spawned my camera in that monster's ass.
Time for swim, swim. Swim.
What does that even mean? Field service engineer? Sounds extremely racist. In fact, it is. It is extremely racist.
Oh, lovely.
I don't have time to deal with you, white man. Radically moderate? Are you fucking kidding me? What a gross person. I guess I'll mod myself. can't tell if I'm going backwards or if it's in a different direction. Oh, wait, this is definitely backwards, right? This is where we... Yeah, okay. I need to come back the other way. Was that lightning? Frosty bite. Oh wow, it's raining hard. Holy shit.
Oh, maledicent. Ah, molto più va con la fosofna be. Oh, don boni baketto.
Oh, Miguel.
Oh yeah, French Bob, I'll take that.
I'll be getting bad.
Cake.
Acceleration! Good stuff.
Expedition 65, Aurelian. The Grandes have embraced us with such warmth and hope. What a balm for the soul to know that other beings survived. That we illuminate. It truly is a miracle. The Grandes retreated to higher ground after Neverons overran their lands. It is bittersweet, but at least the most important parts of their civilization will survive. Their children. Fortunately for them, they do not appear affected by the Gommage the way we are. It is painful knowing our expedition has failed. But at least we can enjoy our final days among friends.
have we here?
I can't go there either. That's also danger. Wow, there's so much more to this game than I realized. The carousel.
Oh, lovely.
Ow. Oh shit, French pops for everybody. There's gotta be more to this. That beat goes crazy though. I can make a song with this. This game is peaked.
어디 그린다.
Flames. Wow. Okay, that's not the right way. Where the hell do I go? This is the way, I think. Wait, how? Gee, I don't know where to go from here. I thought we were heading right at it. So maybe this way? This doesn't seem right. I don't know where I'm supposed to go anymore. I'm so fucking confused right now. No, but it can't. You know what? We're in rest mode. And we are gonna go to bed. Because it is 6:32 a.m. It's time to get some sweetie sleep. Good night, everybody. I will see you next time on Real Moxie Hours. Have a great rest of your day or a good night. Thanks for watching.